Have you ever felt the weight of the world on your shoulders as you strive to climb the ladder of success, while also trying to provide for those you love? In this world, it seems as if there's an unspoken rule, a societal expectation that men must be successful, that they must be the providers. It's an age-old narrative passed down through generations. Men are often painted as the pillars of their families, the bastions of strength and stability. They are expected to weather the storm, to bear the brunt of life's challenges while maintaining a stoic demeanor. Let's take a moment to reflect on the story of a man named John. John was an average guy, with dreams and ambitions just like any of us. He worked tirelessly, day in and day out, trying to climb the corporate ladder. He had a family to provide for, a mortgage to pay, and societal expectations to meet. John was indeed successful by societal standards. He had a high-paying job, a beautiful family, and a lovely home. But beneath that polished surface, there was a man crumbling under the weight of the pressures he faced. He was overwhelmed, yet he couldn't show it. He was tired, but he couldn't stop. He was stressed, but he couldn't let it show. He was depressed, but he couldn't ask for help. He was trapped in a cycle of constant striving with no room for respite. This is the unseen pressure, the silent burden that many men carry. It's a pressure that's often overlooked, a struggle that's seldom spoken of. It's the pressure to be successful, to provide, to be strong all the time. It's a pressure that can lead to stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. But let's pause here for a moment and take a deep breath. Understand this. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to be human. The struggle is real, but remember, you are not alone in this journey. How often do we hide our struggles behind a mask, pretending everything is fine, even when the world inside us is crumbling? This is a question that resonates with so many of us, particularly men, who are often conditioned by society to suppress their feelings and emotions. The expectation to be strong, to be stoic, to be the rock upon which others can lean, can be incredibly overwhelming. Consider the story of John. John was an ordinary man with an ordinary life. He worked 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, in a job that paid the bills but didn't ignite his passion. He was a loving husband and a doting father, always putting the needs of his family before his own. Yet beneath this facade of normality, John was fighting a silent battle. In his heart, John felt a growing sense of dissatisfaction and despair. He felt trapped in a cycle of monotony, burdened by the weight of financial responsibilities and plagued by a nagging feeling of inadequacy. He questioned his worth, his purpose, his ability to provide for his family. Yet he kept these feelings bottled up, fearful of appearing weak or incapable. His struggle reached a tipping point one cold winter night. John found himself alone, enveloped in darkness, both literally and metaphorically. It was then that he realized he couldn't fight this battle alone anymore. He needed help. Recounting this story is not meant to invoke pity, but rather to highlight the silent struggles that many men face. Like John, many men grapple with feelings of inadequacy, pressure, and despair, often in silence. The societal norms that pressure men into suppressing their feelings are not only outdated but harmful. Men, like everyone else, are human. They feel, they hurt, they struggle, and it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to share your feelings. Sharing your feelings is not a sign of weakness, but a step towards healing. Remember, it's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. So let's start carrying it together. Isn't it time we redefine what success truly means? For too long, we've been entrapped in a cycle of defining success through the narrow lens of material wealth and social status. The big house, the shiny car, the corner office, the six-figure income, these external symbols have become our measures of success. And while there's certainly nothing wrong with aspiring to these things, we've forgotten to ask ourselves a critical question: at what cost? The traditional definition of success often overlooks the importance of our inner world, our mental and emotional well-being. It's not uncommon for individuals to achieve all the outward signs of success, only to find themselves feeling hollow, stressed, and unfulfilled. I'm reminded of a friend who climbed the corporate ladder with unmatched zeal, only to realize at the top that he had sacrificed his relationships, his health, and ultimately, his happiness. Our society's narrow definition of success is not just limiting, it can be downright toxic. It's a game with ever-changing goalposts, where one achievement is quickly overshadowed by the next target, the next expectation. And so we're caught in a relentless pursuit, often at the expense of our peace of mind, our joy, our very essence. So what if we flipped the script? What if we broadened our definition of success to include mental and emotional well-being? What if success also meant having peace of mind, nurturing meaningful relationships, pursuing passions, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance? What if success was about being content with ourselves and our journey, regardless of societal expectations? We need to remember that success is personal and subjective. It's about setting our own benchmarks based on what truly matters to us. It's about celebrating our progress, no matter how small, and recognizing our own resilience. It's about valuing our happiness and peace of mind as much as, if not more than, our bank balances. So let's redefine success. Let's make it more inclusive, more holistic, more humane. Because at the end of the day, success is not just about wealth and status, but about happiness and peace of mind. When the weight becomes too heavy to bear, where do we turn? Life, with all its intricacies, can sometimes feel like a labyrinth of challenges. And it's no secret that navigating career and financial pressures can be like walking a tightrope. But here's an important truth to remember. Reaching out for a helping hand is not a sign of weakness, but a display of courage. We must remember that we are not alone in our struggles. There are countless resources available that provide mental health support. There are professionals trained to give us tools to handle stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. There are hotlines available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are support groups, online forums, and communities where we can find solace in shared experiences. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on a story of a man who was feeling the burden of these pressures. His name was John. John was an accomplished professional, but beneath his polished exterior, he was grappling with feelings of stress and inadequacy. The constant pressure to succeed, to provide, was taking a toll on him. He was isolated, overwhelmed, and on the brink of despair. But then, John made a decision that would change his life. He reached out, he sought help, he spoke to a professional, joined a support group, and began a journey towards healing. He learned that it was okay to feel overwhelmed, that it was okay to ask for help, and that it was okay to lean on others. Today, John is not just surviving, he is thriving. He's found a balance, a way to navigate his pressures without letting them define him. John's story is a testament to the power of seeking help. It's a story that underscores the importance of reaching out when the weight becomes too heavy to bear. There's no shame in seeking help, there's only strength to be found. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to face this alone. What if I told you there's hope, and it's closer than you think? Yes, you heard it right, hope. That little 4-letter word that carries so much weight, a beacon in the darkness, a whisper in the silence, a promise of a brighter tomorrow. We've all heard stories of men who seemed trapped in their circumstances, shackled by the weight of societal expectations, and burdened by the pressure to succeed. Men who felt they were drowning in a sea of responsibilities with no land in sight. But let me tell you, there are also stories of men who found their way out. Men who broke the chains and swam against the current towards the shore of a happier, healthier life. Take Jack, for instance, who was stuck in a high-pressure job that was slowly eating away at his happiness. He felt like he was on a treadmill, constantly running but never going anywhere. But one day, Jack decided to step off that treadmill. He chose to redefine his idea of success, to prioritize his happiness over his paycheck. Today, Jack runs a small organic farm. He may not have a 6-figure income anymore, but he has something far more valuable: peace of mind. Or consider Mike, who felt like he was living under the shadow of his father's achievements. He was constantly comparing himself to his dad, always falling short in his own eyes. But then Mike sought help. He opened up about his struggles and began to understand that his worth was not defined by his father's legacy. Today, Mike is a successful artist, carving out his own path, defining his own success. These men, and countless others like them, are living proof that there is a way out, that it's okay to redefine success, to seek help, to prioritize your happiness. They are proof that you don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. No matter how dark it seems, remember, there's always a dawn waiting to break. You're stronger than you think, and you are worth more than your success.